Food theory. Domino's is worst. Domino's. I said Domino's is. Domino's worst. Nightmares back the Noid. What is this?
This is the Noid. He's known to be one of the worst restaurant mascots in history. It's not every day that you can say that your pizza mascot prompted a full-on hostage crisis, and yet this middle-aged rabbit man, yep, he's done it. But if he is so bad, then why did Domino's Pizza recently decide to bring him back from the dead? Spoiler alert, they did it to cover up a dirty little secret. So what are they hiding?
Wait, this is Domino's creation?
That, my friends, is what I aim to answer today.
What is this? I like me some McDonald's. Oh my god. Domino's. Oh yeah.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Food
W
Theory,
intro.
where we always deliver your theories piping hot. Today we're looking at one of the most well-known marketing campaigns of all time, Domino's 30 Minutes or Less. See, back at the end of the 1970s, Domino's started to lag behind the success of Pizza Hut. Back then, when 96% of you weren't even born yet, pizza delivery was something that only a few local pizza restaurants did. No large chain was delivering their pizzas the way that we have them today. Pizza was mostly a takeout food, something that you could see here with Pizza Hut's first ever commercial, which shows a man driving his car through town only to create waves of chaos that ripple throughout the neighborhood. The early days of television advertising, ladies and gentlemen. I just have so many questions about this. Like, why is his car so tiny? And who thought that inciting a neighborhood riot by running over people's feet was a good way to shill for their pizza? Then again, I suppose it got me to think way too hard about this commercial, so really, who's the true winner here? Buzz to the Pizza Hut indeed. Buzz. Anyway, in an effort to one-up the Hut, one of the owners of rival pizzeria Domino's had the brilliant idea of differentiating themselves by delivering their pizzas. This was a godsend for families all over the country who were tired of having their toes run over by large dads in tiny red cars. But not only was it enough to deliver the pizza, Domino's then created the 30-minute or less guarantee. You'd have your pizza in a half hour, or you'd get $50 off your order. By 1979, they expanded it. 30 minutes.
$50. $50. So how much was pizza back in the day?
Or your pizza's free. Domino's figured that they were making most of their deliveries well within the window of time anyway, so giving a win-win guarantee to customers would only drive business up. And they were absolutely right about that. Sales skyrocketed. They went from opening their 200th location in 1978 to over 1,000 stores open and $1 billion in revenue just 7 years later. Though they were still number 2 behind Pizza Hut, Domino's had solidly carved out its place. 54% of all pizza deliveries in the US were coming from a Domino's restaurant. The 30 minutes or less slogan was such a huge success that it set the industry standard for delivery times, and it became ingrained in pop culture.
You're 2 minutes late, dude. Ah, come on. I couldn't find a place.
There was just one teeny tiny little problem with that. Meeting the 30-minute deadline was difficult for a lot of drivers. Not only were they dealing with traffic delays and road conditions, they were also...
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro. I remember we ordered Domino's like twice before, right? Well, obviously more times, but 2 times we ordered Domino's. It was more than 30 minutes, bro. We didn't get that shit free. We had to pay. You know what I'm saying?
So fighting against customers looking to game the system by turning off their lights to fool the delivery drivers into wasting time, all in an effort to get some free pizza. Basically, the whole thing created a system that encouraged reckless driving and irresponsibility. Stories of accidents and deaths started to permeate into the public eye. Lawsuits started to crop up over injuries and damages caused by errant drivers. In what simultaneously became one of the best marketing campaigns and worst backfires in restaurant history, Domino's left a trail of literal death and destruction in their wake. They needed to do something, and they needed to do something fast. And born out of this chaos, one creepy bunny man would emerge to save the day, to take the heat, to distract away from all the bad PR. And that man was the Noid, a mascot created to sweep everything under the rug, only to have it all blow up in their faces 10 times worse. Now, weird mascots, they're nothing new. I mean, we got a clown shilling for a burger place, bug-eyed fuzzballs hawking sub sandwiches, and a disturbingly smooth man sexualizing floor bleach. But the Noid is not familiar. He's not cute. He is not oddly sexy. He is just flat out disturbing. He's a middle-aged imp in red spandex with bunny ears. Yet somehow Domino saw this guy and was like, yeah, this guy, this shall be the character that helps us sell our pizza. Basically, he was meant to embody everything that can possibly delay your delivery. The things that annoyed you about getting a pizza. And Domino's would then thwart him every time. Cold pizza, road problems, smashed boxes, it was all on account of the Noid.
Have you ever been frustrated because The Noid ruined your pizza? We avoid the Noid.
And defying all known logic, the Noid was actually a massive success. In fact, he was so successful that he spun off into everything from merch to video games. Yep, you heard me, games, plural. The first game, released in 1989, aptly named Avoid the Noid, where you play a pizza delivery driver that has to go up 30 floors to deliver a pizza to Doom Industries, all while an army of Noids try to stop you using everything from water balloons to bazookas. If you lose, you're greeted to the most obnoxious video game laugh ever. Stand aside, Final Fantasy X, there's a new king in town. It was then followed up by a second and third game that had the Noid going around town to accost locals with his yo-yo and his terrible 3D platforming. Probably a whole episode buried in here about branded food games. Yo, Noid, you are no cool spot, my friend. In any case, people seem to forget about their hangups with Domino's delivery as the pizza company moved away from the 30 minutes or less and embraced their new slogan, Avoid the Noid. Basically, everything was going according to plan for Domino's. That is, until late 1989, when Kenneth Lamar Noid, a man suffering from paranoid schizophrenia, entered an Atlanta Domino's with a gun and held 2 employees at gunpoint, claiming that the villainous mascot was created to mock him personally. Eventually, the hostages escaped and Kenneth was apprehended. In the end, he was deemed unfit to stand trial due to reasons of insanity. Needless to say, the bad press from the incident resulted in Domino's scaling back their marketing of the Noid.
So was he actually created based off this fucking person? There's no way. He thought he was the target of the firm's Avoid the Noid's ads. Was declared incompetent to stand trial. So no, he wasn't. Just somehow somebody, you know what I'm saying, just has the name Noid. What?
Needless to say, the bad press from the incident resulted in Domino's scaling back their marketing of the Noid. And almost like clockwork, the following year they started to feel the heat again with 2 high-profile delivery driver crashes. They continued with the same slogan until 1993, but after 2 lawsuits resulted in $79 million being paid out in damages, they officially ended the 30-minute or less guarantee. And what happened to the Noid, you ask? Well, 2 years later in 1995, the company shelved the character permanently, when news started to spread that Kenneth Lamar Noid had taken his own life. It seemed like the Noid was fated to live on as just a weird oddity of pop culture and food history.
Look, it's a Noid. Avoid the Noid. He ruins pizzas.
Perhaps it was the Noid who should have avoided me.
Except, now he's back. More than 35 years after his introduction, the Noid has returned and is now starring in commercials again. Why now? Is it nothing more than a nostalgia trip? Or is there a more nefarious reason behind that extremely disturbing face? I suspect that it's all a cover-up. The Noid's reappearance was timed to coincide with a marketing campaign advertising Domino's driverless cars. This time around, he's sporting a giant blow-up version of himself to block intersections and, you know, just casually, a laser chainsaw. But notice what I just said a second ago. Domino's is experimenting with driverless cars. It's largely new and unproven technology. In short, I suspect that they're bringing out the Noid preparing to explain away the flaws and accidents that they foresee in this driverless fleet, just like they did all those years ago to distract away from the car accidents that their delivery cars were getting into. This actually coincides with behavior that we've seen in the past from the company. You see, in 2008, Domino's stock price was at an all-time low. By this point in history, the public perception of Domino's pizza was in the tank, and Domino's made the incredibly risky decision of doing ads that were focused on exactly that.
Hold on, he said
Domino's stock price was at an all-time low. By this point in history, the public perception of Domino's pizza was in the tank.
The perception of their pizza? Bro, I feel like, listen, Domino's is my favorite. You know what I'm saying? I know there's little shops, little pizza shops. There's Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, all these, bro. Domino's is my favorite out of everything, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Now, what they need to do, right? They need to bring some cheesy, like stuffed crust pizza, bro. Oh my god, if they bring that shit in, it's over with. Pizza Hut? What the fuck is that? What is that? Little Caesars? What is that? What? Papa John's? Papa Gene? Bro, fuck all that. Bring stuffed crust pizza, bro. You're kings. In my eyes, you're not saying. But going to what I was saying, bro, I feel like they get a lot of hate, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Domino's made the incredibly risky decision of doing ads that were focused on exactly that. The fact that they sucked.
Doesn't feel like there's much love in Domino's pizza.
Domino's pizza crust to me is like cardboard.
Worst excuse for pizza I've ever had.
The sauce tastes like ketchup.
Totally void of flavor. This we hear over and over and over.
This began what was known as their turnaround.
That cardboard taste, I've heard way more on Little Caesars than I did Domino's, bro.
Campaign, where the company went back to the drawing board and basically started from scratch. New recipes, new flavors, new technology, all in an effort to win back the trust of customers. And one of their key changes to the process was an online order tracker as part of their push for order transparency. It allowed customers to know where their pizza was at each and every stage of the process. And sure enough, who was there to coincide with that launch? The Noid. In 2009, the Noid started to make a limited run appearance around the edges of this big pizza turnaround campaign, mostly in the form of t-shirts. I suspect that this was Domino's getting ready to unleash the Noid once again if things started to go south. Luckily for them, the pizza turnaround was a massive success and the Noid didn't need any further exposure. But he does seem to be their repeated failsafe, the guy that gets rolled out anytime there's a big corporate shakeup or any chance of upsetting customers. Because we see it all happening again in 2017, when there were small subtle hints that the Noid might be circulating once more. This time he started appearing as an Easter egg in the background of certain commercials. If you blinked, you probably missed him. Watch again.
Yo, they so subtle with it too, bro. Some of these damn commercials and shit, you really gotta pay attention.
There he is. But why? Why is he just making this random appearance? Just to get people talking about the clip online? Maybe. But this commercial was actually part of a larger campaign where Domino's started experimenting with autonomous pizza delivery. In short, when a new campaign with potentially disastrous results launches, the Noid is sure to follow, waiting in the wings to take the blame and the PR attention away from whatever the real issue is. This also would be far from the first time a company has used humor as a form of crisis management. Back in 2018, KFC was being slammed with horrible press over chicken shortages that were causing a majority of the restaurants to close. It was so bad that people were actually calling the police to report these closures because of how ticked off they were they couldn't get their chicken. Some even did the unthinkable and went to
Oh my god, bro.
Burger King.
I've had to go to Burger King.
Anyway, in the midst of this firestorm, KFC pulled out the FCK bucket, a simple and honestly very clever one-page ad that got so much love on the internet that people completely forgot their anger. Seems this tactic is the same one that Domino's is using with the Noid, which honestly says more about us as consumers than them as businesses. Don't be distracted by the funny bunny man. Have some standards here, people. Anyway, if this is indeed the tactic that they're using with the Noid, it seems like they might be on the right track for using it. The self-driving car campaign they're doing has already caused issues. One woman was left chasing down her driverless vehicle in flip-flops because it wasn't programmed to double park in her driveway. The cars have also been struggling with places like apartment buildings when customers don't come out in time. Much like they did in 2009 and again in 2017, perhaps this soft relaunch of the Noid was in anticipation of the problems that are going to arise if the press stories start to catch.
Bro, that too. Like, if you're ordering driveless, be on the fucking lookout. Why you letting a car and technology and all this shit bring you your pizza and you're not even like willing to just pay attention, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Fire. For now, Domino's has put a brief pause on expanding their self-driving experiment to the rest of the nation outside of Houston, and correspondingly, the Noid left again with what seems to be his farewell tweet saying, "See you later, pizza haters." But just know that the next time you see the Noid rearing his ugly little red rabbit ears, what lurks underneath is a corporate decision that Domino's fears is going to give him some severe backlash. In the end, his wacky antics are just meant to distract us away from the dark underbelly of Domino's delivery. But hey, that's just a theory. A food!
Yo, avoid the Noid. I ain't gonna lie, that's the first time I've heard of him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything about this shit. That's crazy, bro. Hey, man, I don't know. To me, Domino's is the best. Listen, put y'all on game, right? Get your little handmade pan pizza, bro, right? Use the little coupon online, you feel me? Get you a handmade pan, half pep, half cheese. Boom. Get you a little side of the chicken bites, bro. I forgot what you call them, but the buffalo ones. Get you that. You know what I'm saying? And you got yourself a nice little meal. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, they gotta make, bro. I don't know if it's ever been with Domino's. I don't know, but bring stuffed crust, bro. Stuffed crust. And you can make that shit with the handmade pan. Oh, it's over, bro. It's over. MatPat just has to make every rabbit mascot look. Oh, hey, MatPat, I've been wondering about this for the longest time. What fast food chain fries last the longest scientifically? Every food company needs to sponsor you or risk getting their own episode like this. The opportunity to do a cross-channel thing with Pizza Tower on Game Theory is immeasurable. MatPat is so good at making, you know what I'm saying? W video, bro. Trending number 15 after almost 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. But hey, let me know your favorite pizza. What company? You know what I'm saying? That's my reaction. If y'all enjoyed, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't. And I'm out.